Why you keep facing the same inner struggle? Maybe it's constantly starting things and never finishing them. Most people think these are separate problems. You begin to see yourself more clearly. Have you ever wondered why you keep facing the same inner struggle? Maybe it's overthinking, maybe it's distraction, maybe it's doubt, maybe it's hesitation, or maybe it's constantly starting things and never finishing them. Most people think these are separate problems, but what if they are all connected? What if there is a system operating beneath the surface? Today, I want to explain the distinction that changed the way I understand human behavior, inner struggles, and whispers. Because many people confuse between the pattern and the whispers, and they are not the same thing. Once you understand the difference, you begin to see yourself more clearly. Let's start with the pattern. A pattern is an existing tendency inside a person. It's not good, it's not bad by itself. It's simply a natural tendency. For example, some people naturally analyze everything. Some naturally seek harmony and approval. Some naturally chase freedom and new experiences and adventures. Some naturally want control or certainty. Some naturally avoid conflict. These tendencies are not the problem. They are simply part of how a person is wired. Think of them as doors. Every person has different doors. Some doors are wide open, some are stronger than others. The pattern is the door. Now let's talk about the whispers. The whisper is not the door. The whisper is what enters through the door. The pattern already exists. The whisper simply finds it and uses it. It activates it, amplifies it, feeds it, directs it. This is why the same whisper affects different people in different ways because it enters through different doors. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who loves to understand things. They analyze deeply, they ask questions, they seek knowledge in its healthy form. This pattern creates wisdom. It creates learning, and there is nothing wrong with it. But then the whisper begins. It says, think about it a little more. You still don't know enough. What if you are missing something important? Wait until you are completely sure. Each thought sounds reasonable. Nothing seems dangerous. Nothing seems extreme, but something subtle is happening. The pattern is slowly being pushed from wisdom and towards paralysis. The person keeps thinking, keeps analyzing, keeps searching, but never moves. The door is analyzing, and the whisper use the door. The outcome become hesitation. This is why many people never recognize what is happening. They focus on individual thoughts. They argue with one thought today and another thought tomorrow, but they never look at the pattern underneath. And because they never see the pattern, they keep repeating the same cycle. Different thoughts, same outcome. Different situations, same reaction. Different year, same struggle. This brings us to another important concept, the whisper. A whisper is the message. The pattern is the structure. The whisper is the influence. It may sound like, not today, you can start tomorrow, you need more certainty, you are not ready, I don't feel enough, it's not enough, I don't feel like it, I don't feel ready. What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? Maybe they don't like me. Again, the problem is not the sentence itself. The real question is, where is that whisper is leading me to? Is it toward action or toward avoidance, toward clarity or toward confusion, toward growth or toward staying stuck? This is where awareness is important. Most people think that awareness is learning more information, but it's not that way. Awareness means seeing the mechanism, seeing the pattern, seeing the door, seeing the whisper, and seeing the reaction. When seeing all four, something changes because what was hidden becomes visible, and what becomes visible begins to lose its power. I often say the goal is not to fight every thought. The goal is to understand the pattern behind the thoughts, because if you only fight thoughts, they keep changing. But if you understand the pattern, you begin to recognize the entire system. You start seeing it in real time. You see the door, you hear the whisper, you recognize the reaction before it takes over. And that creates space to choose differently. In my work, this is what we exactly focus on. Not motivation, not positive thinking, not temporary inspiration. We focus on identifying patterns, understand how they operate, understanding which whispers activate them, and developing enough awareness to recognize them when they appear. Because awareness is the light that reveals what was hidden, and the whisper loses its power once it can no longer hide. So remember, the pattern is the door, and the whisper is the influence that enters through the door. The whisper is the message, the reaction is the outcome, and awareness is the light that reveals the whole process. Because whispers doesn't create pattern, it only needs to find one and use it. Thank you for watching.